Hello, everybody, all you lovely people out there across the globe. It's Lilah here with another weekly video from my Love Bites with Lilah series. I have so much coming in at the moment. I am spending a lot of time in my meditation in the forest, just trying to gather as much information as possible as we head towards December 21st and we head towards 2022. So if you want to like, subscribe, I have a 2022 energy update coming in the next couple of weeks, and I have further information around December 21st, which will probably come out early next week. So I'll share with you as I'm guided to. Obviously, there's a lot that is for my own insights, but I love sharing with you. So today, what is the topic that I want to talk a bit about? And I'm just checking my notes. The title of the video, Loosen Your Grip on How You Think or Want It to Turn Out, is a very, very important theme for the next few weeks and the next few months. The nature of reality, as we know it, is changing all the time. And our biggest ask or growth or evolution going ahead from 2022 for the next 10 years or so is really letting go of the human construct in the way that we have thought, we have mentally or emotionally created. Now, if you haven't watched my video on the new human, please take a look, whichever side it displays itself. I'll put the link up there. It is a longer video since it was an interview as part of a global summit, but if you have the time, it's worth a listen. In that video, I talk about the divine nature of humans and how we're being asked to become both, but at the same time, as a seer, as a channeler, as someone who talks to the universe every day, every moment, there is a lot more to this than we can actually even begin to understand. And over the next few years, it's going to become very, very clear that the nature of reality is not as we've understood it or described it or written books about it. And I mean, you can see my book collection behind me. I love books and I love reading. And there's a couple of my own on the way. But what I really wanted to share and get across today is this idea of loosening your grip on how you think it's going to play out or want it to play out is going to be a very, very important energy to hold. It requires the energy of opening the heart. It requires the energy of dropping the chatter in the mind and, of course, going according to the guidance, your truth. And again, a lot of people say, well, how do I know my truth? The heart truth is the path, is the authenticity you're being asked to follow. It doesn't always speak in words or thoughts. It has a certain feeling. And so what I always tell someone is that the heart field, when it's a yes, will feel expansive. When the answer to your question, or should I do this, should I do that, is a no, you will feel contracted. So again, it's working with your energy in a way that the expansion says, let me move in that direction. There is a lot of energy coming in that is highlighting our innate wisdom, that is highlighting those aspects of ourselves that we thought were true, but are not actually. And so that is also a process, not only what is being created out there, what you want to create, but also the nature of who you are. And one of the themes I'm bringing in, and I think I'll speak more about this for the 2022 update, is about reframing yourself. This is also part of the nature of the ego dissolution that is happening at the moment, and I've spoken about that before on my Instagram and on other videos. It is a process, it's not going to happen overnight, but the dissolution of all that is untrue about you, whether it's ideas you've created for yourself, whether it's societal beliefs and values that have been imprinted on you, whether it's family structures and beliefs, those are all being asked to fall away. As more information comes in, as the heart opens and shines more light and wisdom on your field, the things that are really not who you are, truthfully in your divine expression, are going to be coming up for you to be aware of and also dropping off. Because in order to move into our highest expression and evolution, we are going to have to open up to the cosmic wisdom in a way that we have never before. So in my capacity as a seer, I sense, I feel, I see energy, I hear words, that it is clear to me that there is a lot going on in terms of where we are splitting. You know, we've spoken about this segregation, the duality, and we can see it in our real world. But it's going to become more clear that there is a path that is wanting us to follow. It's a path that is pulling us, essentially, which is related to our divine nature and our truth. One area where this is becoming quite uncomfortable for me, because I've never been a follower. I'm a leader, I'm a bit of a rebel. I like to do my own thing. I follow the wisdom that comes in from my guides and my own soul, and that is my truth, is the whole concept of the spiritual ego. Whew, is that big at the moment? That as the ego dissolution happens, the egoic matrix in a general sense in terms of how we show up in the world, in corporate, in financial, in your personal relationships, there is, on the other hand, a spiritual ego that is building, a spiritual energetic matrix that is ego driven. And you see, I want to close my eyes. The guidance is showing blinding. It means that there are many people who are blinded by this, who instead of seeking their own truth and uniqueness are running after these demigods that are being created that seem to hold all the wisdom, and yet they're just taking them on a path further away from self. So my guides were very clear on that, and the message I want to give you is quite strong, and maybe, it's not going to be taken well by some people, but I'm here to speak my truth, and that the guides want me to speak, and that is that be careful you're not being distracted by that. Be careful that you're not being Be careful you're not being distracted by a field where these demigods, these leaders, these so-called spiritual gurus are popping up and telling you that in order to be spiritual, you need to do X, Y, Z. Because, and I'm going to make a video on this maybe, so comment below if you feel it would be valuable, there are very big undercurrents of lower world energy coming up. What do I mean by that? I mean that the earth herself is clearing trauma, souls, trapped energy that has been left in the land. And as someone who did land and space clearing, and I'm still called to do that at times, I feel the energy coming up. And a lot of these spiritual ceremonies that aren't necessarily held in a safe space are calling these traumas out, but not clearing them. So you might think you're going to a sacred space or ceremony when in actual fact it's not being held enough to protect you and keep you safe, and the lower energies are coming up. So there's higher vibrations coming in, but the earth is releasing these lower vibrations, as are we in our physical, emotional, mental field, right? So there's a lot of purging, and in a way we're being compressed in the middle. As the light comes in, as we move through our own clearing, and as those energies are being released from the earth. So the guidance about loosen your grip on how you think it should be is very pertinent around that field of spiritual ego too. If inside it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it doesn't feel safe, don't do it. If your guidance says that you'd much rather go and walk up the mountain or paint a picture or spend time with your dog or cat, then do that, because that in itself is healing, is supportive. Because I can say for sure that over the last few thousand of years, many texts have been written, even sacred texts, that are mistranslated. We haven't been given the real picture. And we've yet to find a place of the new evolved human that understands the nature of our reality, which is so complex, so multidimensional, that we can benefit from that, or at least move with it. Because I'm feeling a strong call to move, to change, to drop the ideas that even in my own life I have about who I am as a healer, as a teacher, as an XYZ. I'm not those. Those are just labels. My true expression is to bring in my energy and my guidance and share it. And at the same time, I'm really feeling strongly that words are not even enough. Because if you haven't watched my December energetic update, please do. Again, the link is above. Was all about communication and the sonic waves, and how important those sonic waves, the vibration of them, is to the health of your etheric body. I spoke about the whales too. The whale energy, that beautiful, powerful communicative energy, of the sonic waves, of not really needing to use the voice, of communicating with their whole body, is where we are being asked to move to. So if the whales resonate with you, then please listen to whale music. Imagine yourself swimming with whales. It's all very powerful at the moment. And here in Cape Town, we were so blessed since on the 4th of December, which we know was the total solar eclipse, right? A pod, or super pod as they call it, of 50 humpback whales came and were feeding just off the coast. So for me, that was so profound when my December energy update had spoken about the whales. And on the total solar eclipse Community of the White Rose gathering I had with my online community, which if you want to join, the link is also below, was about the whales. And for me, the energetic imprint of blue is my home planet, is my star system. That is the frequency, mostly the frequency of love, but also of wisdom and connection. So we try to label, we try to plan, we try to imagine and intend, and all of those are good things, about what should happen, what may happen, what we want to happen. But what I'm here to tell you today is loosen your grip. Let that go and open up, because we are on this wave. The tides are turning. The winds of change are here. We are part of this evolutionary cycle. And I am receiving much information about way out topics, actually. So I don't share them because I'm still gathering and understanding myself. And then I hear from them, it's not to understand, it's just to assimilate. So, okay, I'm assimilating the information as it comes in. And so drop the expectations you have of yourself. Step away from the to-do, because even in that spiritual ego, it's to-do. I must get up, I must meditate, I must do this, I must do that, I must sage my room, I must do this kind of ceremony. No. Because then you're being sucked in by another tight structure that is not open, that is not free. And if anything, this loosening your grip is about true freedom of expression. Freedom of expression of who you are as an energetic being, of who you are as a soul being, and shining that out to the world. Because all you are ever being asked is to be yourself. And again, another video I have, I'll send the link, because I've created so many videos and they haven't had that many views, but I feel there's so much wisdom from my guides there. But anyway, this one is about saying that it is all about the energy of who you are. Just be you. Just be you, right? And as part of what I brought through for my Community of the White Rose on Saturday, love it all. Hold everything in a space of love. What is love? Love is acceptance. Love is freedom. Love is expansive. See all of that orbiting around your field in a way that is centered on the heart, where you send the love and acceptance. And if you can be here and present now and accept everything as it is, then you are going to be going a long way to stepping into the life that is waiting for you. So I'm just checking my notes to make sure I covered everything. Yes, loosen your grip on how you think or want it to turn out. The nature of reality is changing in front of our eyes. We need all of our intuitive and psychic and telepathic wisdom to pick that up. The whales are very present in helping us step over this bridge from 2021 into 2022. It is all about communication. It is all about what sound waves you expose yourself to, and retaining the physical integrity or the energetic integrity of your etheric template, since that creates the physical body. It holds the physical body healthy. And the spiritual ego, right? Don't let it take you down a path of restriction and narrowness. It's not about the shoulds, do's, and feeling guilty when you don't do that. That's not a spiritual path. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you now towards the end of this video is that my information around how to ground into the earth is taking a very different tilt on what is currently the knowledge out there. So again, this is new information. We need to move and change as we step ahead. So the grounding many people are feeling is very difficult at the moment because they're in places of the earth where there is release, where there is purging, where the earth itself is, sending souls and trauma out into the ether. And of course, how does that actually get cleared? Through us humans. We are the portal for healing or trauma, however we wish to show up in the world. We are the heaven or hell, right? So it's what you hold, what intention you hold, that will either help bring in the healing or heal the trauma. So the grounding into the earth, as you might have learned it through rooting, through sending cords down, is shifting. So I'm receiving lovely new guidance about that. So if you're interested, I am going to make a meditation on the new grounding technique as it stands now, because things are changing so quickly. There's going to be a link on my website to the meditations I have on offer. My website details are below. So please go and have a look there and just download a meditation if you feel called to. Of course, a reminder, I am a healer and I'm a channel. I hold one-on-one sessions via Zoom to people across the world. If you really feel like you'd like to connect on a very personal level, then I'm open. Make a booking with me for 2022 and I would be honored to connect with you. So I think that is all for now, lovely people. I send you so much love from my heart to yours and from my home to yours, from my land to yours. Take care of yourself, go gentle, and open your eyes. Bye for now.